Hello students, today our next topic is Kirchhoff laws and simple experiment, and this is second chapter of second unit, Kirchhoff laws and simple experiment. First of all, Kirchhoff first law. Kirchhoff first law. What is Kirchhoff first law? If we have number of current entering or leaving a point, that is called junction. Suppose this point is the junction point, junction. So there are so many currents. We have taken the value of the currents. So see, this first current, this arrow is outside, means this current is leaving the point O. This current I2 is entering the junction, or you can say entering the point O. Current I3 leaving this junction. I4 is also leaving this junction, and I5 is the value of the current which is entering the junction, or you can say entering the point O. And the current I6 is also leaving this junction. So Kirchhoff first law is that sum of all the currents meeting at a point, they may be leaving current or may be entering current, the sum of all the currents meeting at a point in a closed, this is closed electrical circuit, in closed electrical circuit is 0. That is the sum of all these currents, that is summation I is equal to 0, means sum of all the currents leaving or entering is. Now the currents entering the system, the currents which are entering this point, this junction, is taken as positive, and the current leaving the junction is taken as negative. So we can see here current this I2 and I5 is the current which is entering the junction O. This O point is called as junction, entering the O. So these current, the value of the current I2 and I5 can be taken as, this is entering current, and these currents will be taken as positive. And the current leaving the system, that is in this case the current, the value of the current, this I1, I3, I4, I6, these are the value of the currents that is leaving the system. So these values of the currents are taken as negative. These are the leaving value of the currents. So we can say I1, I2 plus I5 is equal to, these currents are equal, I2 plus I5 किसके equal लेंगे, that is equal to 1 I1 plus I3 plus I4 I6. Now these currents are I1, I3, I4, I5 taken as negative, and the current I2 plus I5 is taken as negative, and the sum of all these currents, that is minus I1 plus I2 plus I3 minus I4 and plus I5, because this is entering current, I5 plus I6 is equal to 0, or summation I is equal to, means sum of these currents is equal to 0. Now this law, Kirchhoff first law, is also called as junction law. This is very important. Junction law or Kirchhoff current law. Kirchhoff first law is called as junction law or Kirchhoff current law. And this law is based on the law of conservation of charges, means in this law charges will remain conserved. So this law is based on the law of conservation of charges. Now next is Kirchhoff's second law. Now what is Kirchhoff's second law? According to this law states that sum of all the voltages, here the sum of all currents, here the sum of all the voltages. All the voltages means it may be potential difference plus EMF of the cell. That is sum of potential difference plus EMF of the cell, that is summation E plus summation delta V. That is potential difference is equal to 0. Sum of all the voltages. These are voltages. E potential difference or plus EMF is equal to 0. And this law is also called loop law. This is also very important. Kirchhoff's second law is, the other name of the Kirchhoff's second law is loop law or Kirchhoff voltage law. So the another name of second law is Kirchhoff loop law or Kirchhoff voltage law. And this law is based on the law of conservation of energy. Means in this case energy will remains conserved in Kirchhoff's second law. Energy remains conserved. So this law is based on the law of conservation of energy. Now next topic is Beardstone bridge. So what is Beardstone bridge? So Beardstone bridge is the arrangement of the 4 registers. Means we have arranged the 4 registers and the arrangement is like a bridge. So this arrangement is these 4 registers are arranged in the form of bridge. So this bridge is called Beardstone bridge. Now what is the function? What's the principle? What is the use of this bridge? So this bridge is, here in this bridge, Beardstone bridge, 4 registers. That is, we have considered here 4 registers P, Q, R and S. Means it has 4 arms P, Q, R and S. P, here put this point A, this is point A and this is point B, this point is C and this is D. Now these 4 arms, that is 4 registers P, Q, R and S. Here in 4 registers, this R is the variable register. Means we can vary the value from here. We can change the value of the resistance from here, and here in this arm, 4th arm, we have put an unknown register. S is the unknown register, and we have to calculate the value of the unknown register. This S is the unknown register and we have to calculate the value of the unknown register. So how we can calculate the value of the unknown register? So here we apply the principle. So what's its principle? So when the switch is on, here we have put a key. Key means switch, you can say switch. Here we have put key 1, it is denoted by key 1. So we have put a key, means switch. So when the switch is on, means when the switch is on, the current I is flowing through the circuit. The current will start flowing through the circuit. So here the value of the current, suppose I is the current flowing, and here at this point A, this current is divided into 2 parts. This current is I1 and here the current is I2. In this arm current will flow, that is I2 and here I1, and this current here, the value, this here is a galvanometer, the value, then the current will flow through this arm, that current is Ig, and the remaining current will flow through this arm. This current I2 flow from here through this arm, that is Ig, and the remaining current, that is I2 minus Ig. What is the remaining current? I2 is the total current and Ig is current flowing through this, so remaining current is I2 minus Ig. Now in this case I1 is the current flowing through this arm, and the value of this and the current flowing through this is I1 plus this current. Here we will put a plus I 1 plus Ig. So now what is the principle? So when the current flow through the this circuit, the galvanometer placed here will give the value of the current. Galvanometer is a device which is used to detect the minute current through the circuit. So here is galvanometer. When the current passes through this circuit, the galvanometer shows the deflection, and that shows the presence of the current through the circuit. So now what we have to do? What is the principle? So this is the variable resistor. From here we can adjust the value, adjust the any resistor, any value of the resistance. There are so many value of the resistance. You can say 10 ohm, 20 ohm, 30 ohm, 100 ohm, 200, up to 5000 ohm. There may be the value of the resistor. So we have to put that value. Now what is resistance? We have to put here resistance, value of the resistance. It may be 20 ohm, 30 ohm, 50 ohm. So what value we have to adjust here? The value which gives no deflection through the galvanometer, because we have put a resistor here. So resistor, what is resistor? It opposes the flow of current. So when we put a resistor, we have to adjust that value of the resistance which gives no deflection in the galvanometer. And when there is no deflection in the galvanometer, means galvanometer shows zero deflection. At this stage, the Wheatstone bridge is balanced. Now balanced means now the potential at point B and D, this point B and D will be same. So galvanometer shows no deflection, no current will flow through this circuit, means potential is same. So there is no potential difference. To flow the current, there should be potential difference, but there the potential at point B and D will remain the same. So at this stage we can say the Wheatstone bridge is balanced. So at the balanced Wheatstone bridge, the ratio of these arms P upon Q is equal to R upon S. So S is it from here. Now from here P upon Q is equal to R upon S. From here this R is the variable resistor, S is the unknown resistor. So from here S is equal to Q upon S. We have to calculate S from unknown resistor from here. S is equal to Q upon P into R. So why knowing the value of the Q and P and this variable resistor R, we can calculate the value of the unknown resistor. So this is the principle of the Wheatstone bridge. Now in our next lecture we will discuss the Wheatstone bridge again, and we will give it its proof also. We have to prove it. So in next lecture we will continue. Thank you.